Hello, I am here a few minutes late. Sorry about that. I am at Lainey's kitchen, and tonight I'm going to do like a cherry and rosemary drink. And where did I get the inspiration for this mocktail? Well, I'll tell you, it's hot outside, and I just don't feel like cooking anything hot. Like I even looked at maybe doing a little bruschetta, and then, throwing some sun-dried tomatoes on top and a little bit of cheese. But I gotta tell you guys, I was like, you know what? I just don't want the heat that close to my face. So I decided, I'm like, okay, you know what? It's always a good day for a cold drink, especially in the summertime. So of course, you know the drill. I'm gonna use some cherry gelatin here. And because this is kind of what I do to kind of get the red color, because I don't want to use real cherries at this time. And plus I already had this in my refrigerator, so we're just gonna go ahead and use this. I'm just gonna try to get this open. It's kind of like a challenge here. Let's see here, maybe I can just go ahead and okay. I'm getting closer. See, I think the thing is, what's up, Rodney? I think what it is I need to go get my nails done. I need to get them cut down. Usually they're shorter than this, but I've been super busy, so I'm like, okay. But I'm going this weekend, and I'm gonna be like, I need shorter nails. Okay, here we go. Now this is just for me. Bo is not here, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put this in like a half a cup. So I'm just letting you know, that's why you don't see me wearing any gloves or anything like that, because it's just for me. I'm not cooking this for anybody else. And as always, I do keep my hands clean and all of that, but still just want to kind of let you guys know if you're watching. So this is about a half a cup, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. I believe I got it from the Dollar Tree. They had I got this from the Dollar Tree, and you can also get them like at Walmart and other kind of discount places. And as I always say, I'm a Gen Xer, so I grew up cherry gelatin, that was like a delicacy back in like the 80s, 70s, 80s, and early 90s. Like if you had cherry gelatin with a meal, it was like, oh my gosh, especially when it was hot outside. And yes, it is possible that sometimes it's too hot for cake. It's too hot for pastry things. So you're kind of leaning towards like the puddings and like the ice creams and like the gelatins. And I also remember people would put fruit in the gelatin. If you remember that, people would make like the gelatin in the refrigerator, and then like from the box, and then they put fruit in it. And depending on what kind of fruit you had available, what your budget was, if you ever saw cherry, like those cherry pieces in it, like the cherry pieces in like the fruit cocktail gelatin thing, then you knew someone got paid that week. Okay, can I get an amen? Okay, so I've got that. I also have some sparkling water, and I've got some black cherry sparkling water. Now listen, if I didn't have the black cherry sparkling water, what would I do? I probably would just use a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of lime juice, and kind of turn it kind of into like, I've done that before, kind of like a cherry limeade lemonade situation. I've done that before. Now I have got fresh rosemary from my own kitchen garden, okay? Because right now store-bought's it's a little crazy right now in the stores. So I was like, you know what, Aunt Lainey, you have got your own little herbal garden, so why not use it? Okay, now I'm gonna tell you with this rosemary, I didn't put a lot, because as you know, fresh rosemary is very strong, so you don't need a lot for it to be successful. So I'm just gonna take this off here, and this is like my exclusive drinks blender that I have. So what I'm gonna do, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour this in, just a little bit of that in. So we've got that here. Then I'm going to put the half a cup of the cherry gelatin in. So we're gonna just kind of take that off, and then I'm gonna put the rest of this in. Okay. Now, because it's hot outside and I'm feeling oh so fancy, I am going to put in the rosemary. Again, not a lot, a little bit goes a long way, but because it's hot, I also have, did I bring it out here? I also have a little bit of whipped cream that I can use. And let me see, I want to go ahead and measure this out. I know I'm not always the best at doing that. So let's do a 1/4 cup of this whipped cream. And we're only doing that to kind of make it fun, because it is hot outside. So let's do that. It's going to kind of give it a nice, summer friendly. Oh, I have one more little thing in here, this rosemary. Okay, one more sprig there. It's gonna make it kind of fun and fresh, give it like a little bit of kick. And let's see here, let's do this here. If I didn't have this blender, you know what you can do. You can go get yourself one of those you probably do this in a bowl, but I would get like an old-fashioned kind of pitcher, like old, if you want to go super old school for my Gen Xers, elder millennials, super old school, use like some kind of pitcher, just kind of use a wooden spoon and just kind of like really stir it in there. Okay, here we go. Just gonna let it pulse a little bit, pulse a little bit. Okay, one more. Okay, now I feel like I've got it kind of properly mixed, and because this does not have any real settings, I have to like unplug it. Okay, we are back, taking this off. Now I always say, if you can do it, I never judge because we're in weird times right now, but if you can do it, these little glass ramekins, which can, you know, be cups, or they're great for ice cream. Put that in there. Okay. Now, I've done this before. You're like, that looks very familiar, because I have done this before, but I did it with mint. So now I'm going to go ahead and do it with the rosemary, and I think what I'll do is I'll also top this with whipped cream. So when you see the picture, I'll have it topped, but I want to try it first. Okay. This is very good. What's up, Melissa? This is actually really, really good. Again, if you wanted to, you could probably drop a little bit of ice cream in there and turn it into kind of like some vanilla ice cream in there. Turn it into kind of like a float situation. And yeah, that's what I have. And I'm kind of sitting here, I'm like, this is really good. And I have enough to do another one. I almost might drink this and then, you know, prep it up for something else. I'm going to throw a little bit of whipped cream on top. Gotta get this whipped cream on top. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of, and again, everyone's different about this, but I think I kind of want to do like a sprig of rosemary here. Okay, get that little sprig going on. And then this is what we got, you guys. It's really simple, very simple. And again, you can always substitute the whipped cream for ice cream. If you got, you know, you got big money, ice cream money like that. I respect that. I respect your hustle. Or you can just stick to the like gelatin, prepackaged gelatin, and then, you know, with a little bit of sparkling water and whipped cream, and then top it with some whipped cream. And if you wanted to do sprinkles, fine. But for me, this is not like a sprinkles kind of mocktail. This is just a straight mocktail here. And then let's see, I think I have a metal straw that I can put in here. So we can do like the metal straw. I also have a nice little spoon that can also go really well in here as well. So that's what we got. It's kind of looks like a little propeller there. But you know, I kind of feel like I almost prefer, because this straw is so big. That's the only thing. When you get these straws, and I love them, don't get me wrong, I love my metal straws, but sometimes with like the small ramekins, it looks a little awkward. It probably would look a little bit less awkward if I used a mason jar, something like that. That's also kind of fun. You know, just a nice little way to kind of end the summer, although weather-wise, when you're in the Midwest, summer does not really end sometimes until after fall has occurred. You're sitting there like trying to wear your fall colors, just sweating. But you're like, you're really kind of hanging on to that fall aesthetic. You're like, no, I know it's like 85 degrees outside and it's all this humidity, but I'm wearing my fall clothes. Okay. And on that note, thanks so much for your support. You can find me at AuntLady'sKitchen.com. I'm also Aunt Lady's Kitchen on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Take care, everyone, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.